Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everyone. How are you? I missed you. I'm back on my regular schedule, everyone. I'm done with the jet lag, I think. Like, I was able to wake up before 8 o'clock today, and I'm very, very happy about that. How's it going, guys? Make sure you've hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and rung that notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy nonsense. We got some stuff to talk about today, y'all. I have a very busy day. We'll get into that with the announcements, but we got some stuff to talk about. The Supergirl trailer has dropped, and I feel like we need to talk. Guys. We need to talk, and we're going to get into that. We're going to dive into some headlines. We're going to talk some announcements, but we especially need to discuss this Supergirl trailer. We really do. But before we get into all of that, I'm going to scratch my collarbone real quick. Thank you. We're going to yell good morning to everyone. We have a goal today. You guys really seem to love the dramatic readings. You really do. So I've set a goal. Again, 10 super chats. Any super chat. Go nuts, guys. So 10 super chats, and I will do yet another dramatic reading from either of my comic books. So I'll let you guys pick even one or two. Midwest Gothic or the Gospel of Layla Fellows. So that being said, we're going to yell good morning at everyone. I love to see that you guys are saying good morning to one another in the chat. That makes me so happy. You have no idea. It's a thing, and I love it. I love it. We're the camaraderie. We're a community, and just makes my heart happy. You make me happy. Remember, guys, if you are a member of the channel, if you give a super chat, you get your good mornings first, because this love is transactional. It is. It's a transactional love we have here, and you should get what you pay for. Always. Yeah. I keep forgetting I moved my mouse. Let me make sure there are no supers. Okay. Let's dive in with our first member. Good morning, Ensign Deranged Lunatic, who's getting a package soon. Good morning, DL. Good morning! Good morning. I forgot to yell it, but I don't want to blow out my mic or your ears. Good morning, Lieutenant Mama Penny, who is also getting a package soon. Let me tell you something about this woman. Again, being the hardest working subscriber on YouTube. If you click on virtually any of my videos, you will see at least one comment minimum from this woman. She deserved a present, okay? And it's not just that. She's backed the campaign. She's backed my trip to MegaCon, okay? Penny is awesome. Mama Penny is awesome. Okay, let's see if there's any more members in the chat. Who do we have? No. Okay, so we're going to start at the top. Good morning, Big Time Objective. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mod Lord Toth. Good morning. I love it when you're in the chat. Good morning, Willie the Monkey King. You know what? Fine. I'll take it. It's fine. That woman is weird. She's weird. We might talk about that today, too, in the headlines. We might, if we have time. Good morning, my birthday twin and Red 5 brother, DJ, the exegesis. DJ is finally getting his hoodie that he won now that I can afford it. I'm so sorry. And I'm trying to send him something else. I have this amazing Clone Trooper Risk game. And he's like, you don't need to send me anything else. Bro, please let me. You got screwed over. Let me make it up to you. Please. I would feel better about it. Buenos dias, Fernando. Buenos dias. Oh, I do. I'm going to give you another one because you yelled, Dani! Good morning! Is that better? Is that better? I love it. I have jet lag and I didn't go anywhere. There you go. Good morning. Good morning. Contributing editor Kino, who is also getting some things. Kino does a lot of work that you guys don't know about. Kino has helped out a lot. Kino bought the backlighting that you see back here. That's right, he did. And all the clips, not the shorts, the clips that you see of the bigger videos of the breakdowns and stuff, Kino made those. So he got a comics and mug, and I sent him some personal gifts as well to say thank you. Since he does this free of charge, he does this because he loves the channel. So he got something a little extra, and I hope he appreciates that as much as I appreciate him. So thank you so much for that, Kino. Thank you. Vim Breda, good morning. Hey, and howdy to you. Good morning, Monique. Happy Wednesday to you. You have a beautiful day as well. Good morning. Who else we got? Good morning, Simon. Good morning. I know. Says you can make it up to me by proofreading my book. I will do my best, sir. And I have time today between 3 p.m. Central Standard Time and 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, I think, for a phone call. So, love you too, Kino. Love you too. And Fernando, I saw that unfairly bash. I don't do that. I don't unfairly bash. I don't do that. I give lots of thought. I am me. And that's all I can be. I like what I like. I don't like what I don't like. And I always give reasons and examples. I try very hard to be very fair through and through. If you think I'm unfair, then I do question why you like me so much. All right, guys. Let me turn down the music, even though I'm really feeling it today. One of these days, maybe it'll be today, maybe it'll be Friday, but I'm going to tell you, this is actually background music for a spoof song I recorded for my best friend, Amy. She makes these chicken pastries that I call chicken poofs. And I loved them so much, I made a song about it badly. And this is the music to it. And one of these days, if you guys pay enough super chats, I'll have to play it for you. I'm a glutton. All right, guys. I'm going to turn it down because it is time for announcements. All right, guys. Oh, speaking of announcements, yes. I have confirmed in quadruplicate. Bo DeMaio will be here on the show tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. We've done it, folks. We've done it. Plot holes and payoffs. Episode dose tomorrow with Bo DeMaio himself. I did threaten him with tears. I said, listen to me, sir. If you don't show up again, if you mix up your time zones and all that stuff again, I will cry. I will call you crying. I will be very upset. And he said, I know, I love you. I'm so sorry. I'll make it up to you. I'm like, you will. You will. So Bo DeMaio will be here tomorrow morning for our second episode of Plot Holes and Payoffs. I will be promoting it today all over the socials, and I will be sending him multiple text messages to remind him, and maybe a phone call. But I do adore him, and he's got a lot going on. he's got a lot going on. I have a lot going on. And you know what? Caca happens. And apparently with him multiple times. But yes, he will be here tomorrow. Mañana. He will be here tomorrow. Good morning and hail, Cosmortal Comics. So great to see you. And good morning, Ensign Loki. Good morning. And good morning, Lieutenant Carl Peachy. Good morning. How are you guys? Love it. So, all right. So tomorrow, episode dos of Plot Holes and Payoffs with the illustrious Caro Brown, who got me these earrings. Aren't they lovely? She got me these earrings. And she'll be here tomorrow. And our special guest will be Bo Tamayo. In a couple of weeks, our special guest will be my utter best friend, Brian Sipe, special effects artist, designer, Oscar-winning, Emmy-winning, and also multiple times nominated for both. Brian Sipe, my mentor, who has taught me virtually everything I know about special effects and design, who is actually sculpting and designing a vampire for my comic book. My comic is going to have a vampire by an Oscar-winning monster designer. Like, everybody just like, I'm freaking out. Why are your comments not showing up? Because I didn't click that. So yeah, I'm freaking out with excitement over that. I'm so excited. So that's happening. That's happening. But he will be here on the 23rd, April 23rd. We'll have Brian Sipe as our guest on Plot Holes and Payoffs. And we will be discussing a movie he worked on, a little film starring Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale called Van Helsing. Van Helsing. And it was thanks to his work on that film that I learned how to make and mold ears. So all the vampire and Vulcan ears and stuff that I've made, it's because of his work on that film. So he'll be with us on April 23rd. We're working on getting Coronemic for May. Isn't that exciting? So we'll be talking to him about whatever film he wants to talk about. And other guests we're looking into is Kirk Acevedo and Tom Irvin, a special effects artist, friend of mine, who we worked on a film together separately. It's a funny story, but he actually worked on Buffy the Vampire Slayer back in the day, and we're going to have him on as well. Hey, good morning, Nandrew. All I heard was Kate Beckinsale and then static. I've heard she was lovely to work with. So anywho, those are the announcements for upcoming guests and all of that. Also, I forgot to show off my credits that I got at MegaCon. So there's my Republic credits, and that's my Imperial credit. So if I go to a galaxy far, far away, I am set. I'm set. Also, Nandrew is now my wine buddy. He's now my wine friend. So we're gonna have wine together. If you live in Tejas, if you live in Texas, I'm going to be visiting around my birthday. I'm going to go down to the convention in Dallas. I'm making plans for that already. I talked to the one and only Caro Brown about it last night. I'm going to go visit Texas. I lived there a very long time ago, and I miss it. And we were just talking, and we're like, you know what? I need to come visit anyway. And she's like, it's a great time during the convention. You should do that. I was like, perfecto. Let's do that. So if you're in or around the Dallas area and you're going to be at the convention, or, just come to the convention anyway. Just come to the convention anyway. Come say hi. I'll definitely be trying to continue to promote the comic book because that's what we do here. Reminder, I keep forgetting I moved my mouse. Reminder, if you haven't backed the campaign yet, allow me to help you with that. There is a Kickstarter and a Fund My Comic. I will drop both of those in the chat below. Here is Uno. There's the Kickstarter right there. And there's another campaign, Una Mas. Fund My Comic. Oh my gosh. I do have a comic book. I do. It's called Veiled Legacy, Book 1, Midwest Gothic. A rural Midwestern family's act of kindness turns into a crazy, brutal, supernatural home invasion that leaves a set of twins struggling to survive the night. One home alone, hiding in NDA, and the other one racing against the clock to get home to save their family from forces unknown before they're lost forever. So there you go. You should help with that. If you like Greek myths and vampires and James Gunn gadgets like weaponized prosthetics, like I totally do, check out the links I just dropped in the chat. I have starred them. You get some super amazing rewards and perks for backing the campaign, and you get the comic before anyone else does. So check that out. Hooray. And now, sorry, my hair feels really nice today because it just does. I'm sorry. And now it's time for headlines. Hey! Hi, guys. It's time for some headlines. Let's do's it. Well, that just didn't work out right. Now did it? There we go. Take a little sip. So, how many of you have seen Project Hail Mary yet? Show of hands. Project Hail Mary? You want to do the jazz hands? God, it's so good. Before we go any further on that, just a huge reminder, 10 super chats, any level, any color, another dramatic reading. You guys love them. We're having a good time with it. So let's just keep the ball rolling. We'll do 2 pages today from either comic. So 10 super chats, guys, 10 super chats, any level. All right. So Project Hail Mary is looking at like 400 million worldwide right now. Oh, Willie, don't know if you saw my post, but plot holes and payoffs, same time as this show. Yes, it is this show, just a different name. So Wednesdays and Fridays, we call it Daily Dose of Dork. On Thursdays, it's plot holes and payoffs. Sorry for the confusion. So you should be interested in Project Hail Mary because it is amazing. It's fantastic. It's a wonderful movie. I've seen it twice. Trust me on this. It is the best movie to come out in years. It's everything that has been missing from cinema in decades. It's incredible. And I believe that Ryan Gosling said it best when he showed up to a screening in LA and he said, listen, it's not you guys' job to keep these theaters open. It's our job to give you quality movies to want to go and see. He's 1,000% correct. And that's what is needed to save theaters. That's it. It's not that hard. You don't have to be Ryland Grace to figure that one out, but it apparently took Ryland Grace to figure that out. Just saying. Anywho, the film is based on the book Project Hail Mary, written by author Andy Weir, who also wrote The Martian, which was turned into the film The Martian, starring Matt Damon, which did very well as well. So I don't know if you heard the news on social media for the last week, but Andy Weir showed up on Critical Drinkers channel and they ended up talking about Star Trek. And Andy Weir was very honest and did not hold back about how he felt about New Trek. He said it was shit. He said it was absolute shit. That Kurtzman just is destroying Star Trek with shit writing. And that he had actually submitted a script and was rejected, I guess, because it was good and didn't have, just solid storytelling, you know. Other authors came out and bashed him for it, like the author of Crime 101. That movie made like $30 million. So to me, that just sounded like sour grapes, like someone's super jealous. Oopsie doodles. So what happened was Weir gets bullied, I'm assuming, by the studios and his PR firm into apologizing to Alex Kurtzman. I don't think he should have had to do that. I would have said, no. He told the truth. He told the truth. New Star Trek is terrible. It's awful. It's so bad. And I just remembered I forgot a couple announcements, and I'll tell you that in a minute. But anyway, he told the truth, and he got bullied into apologizing to Kurtzman for how he delivered the information. And Hollywood, man, Hollywood. It's just this big popularity club, and it super sucks. Like the moment you tell the truth about anything, you are shunned and then bullied. So here is this man who has written 2 books that were turned into at least one Oscar-winning film. And I would be absolutely dumbfounded if Project Hail Mary didn't win multiple Oscars. Which, why do I even care? Because the Oscars don't even really matter. It's just a way to sell ads. But he's an award-winning author. He's made Hollywood lots of money. Kurtzman has lost people so much money. He's lost money for people. He's lost jobs for people. He's lost fans for a legendary legacy IP. And we're apologizing to him. We're worried about him. Kurtzman must know where the bodies are buried, man. He must really know where bodies are buried. Let's check in with the chat. Remember, guys, 10 super chats today. Another dramatic reading. Hey, good morning, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS. What's up, my friend? Good morning. Forgot that you guys really love the yelling. Yes, that was it. That's when he went on Critical Drinkers podcast. Yes, a certain crowd went nuts over his comments, and not just that, they went nuts over the fact that Andy Weir went on Critical Drinkers podcast in the first place. Critical Drinker is now known as like the most world-renowned movie critic. Is that not mind-blowing? Good for him, but that's just mind-blowing. He is now like Siskel and Ebert rolled into one. He's got the numbers. People listen to him. So of course, this author is going to go on his show. He has the reach. He has the reach. Let people live their lives. Cosmortal Comics, imagine making a grown man apologize to another grown man. This is why I will never apologize for who I follow or associate with. Exactly. And listen, just because you follow an account doesn't necessarily mean you like fully agree with everything you say, everything they say. Like, listen, if you are an entertainment content creator like I am, you're going to follow all kinds of different accounts because you want to be in the know. You want to see what they say when they say it. It doesn't mean like, oh my God, I worship you and I agree with everything you say. No, I just want to know what you're saying. I want to see it when you say it. I don't want to get second, third, and fourth hand knowledge. I want to see it when it happens. That concept is completely lost on people these days. It's completely lost altogether. All right, guys. Let me take a sip. I forgot to mention, I'm going to be on a poop load of podcasts this week. I will be promoting the comic book in overdrive because I'm very sad to say I didn't get any backers at MegaCon. I'm very sad. So I am reassessing my promotional style, which apparently listen, the last time I promoted a book, social media had just been invented. Okay. So I'm learning how to do this all over again. So please forgive me for that. I'm learning things. So yeah, I'm figuring that stuff out. So I've scheduled a bunch of appearances on other podcasts and I would love it if you guys would show up for me. Today is Wednesday. That means I'm going to be on Latino Slant, and that will be at 1 p.m. Central Time. Then tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time, I will be on the Burnett Work, Robert Meyer Burnett's channel. Did I drop that? And no, I didn't. Here, I've got it as a banner. I just don't know where I put it. Here it is. There it is. There's the Burnett Work. So you can find me there at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. I know that's my bedtime. I'm going to be so tired. So come find me on Robert Meyer Burnett's channel tonight. Tomorrow, I think I'm just here. And then we have the members only stream over on the Discord. And then Friday, gotta get down on Friday. I don't know why I did that. I used to do that all the time. Friday, I will be on Vaughn Coleman's channel at 4 p.m. Central Time. And then I'll be on the Comics League podcast at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So, and then maybe something Saturday. That's in the works right now. So a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to be all over the place. So those were the announcements I forgot. Okay. Moving on. John Hannah, who played Jonathan Carnahan, the brother of Rachel Weisz's character Evelyn, is returning for the new Mummy sequel. Like, they're all coming back. All of them. He was out and they pulled him back in. So this is really, really starting to, I mean, it had Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz in it anyway, so it was already shaping up to be pretty dope. But they're bringing all of them back. Can we please get Oded Fair? Can we get the Oded Fair announcement next? Like, he's not going to be doing Star Trek anymore, obviously. So can we get Oded Fair back too? Can we get that announcement? So here we have it. the original cast from The Mummy is officially back. What do you guys think? What do you think? Huh? 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 Let's go. I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited for The Mummy 4. I really, really think that Brendan Fraser is already in the gym. I think he's already in the gym. I think they're already like sending him to like hair treatment appointments and slathering him with stem cells. They're going to rehotify him. How much do you want to bet? I said this years ago when he did The Whale. There's a little short of me where I'm like, here's the thing. Brendan Fraser is going to win the Oscar for The Whale. Okay. And then he's going to lose a bunch of weight. He's going to get in shape and he's going to be the new hot thing again. Watch. You watch. It's happening. I'm psychic. Just saying. Carl PG. I just love that name. Carl PG. When I first saw this, I was like excited, but I hope they didn't screw it up with nonsense. I hope they don't too. I really hope. I would be very sad. Carl PG. I bet you had a George the Jungle poster. No, I had, but the chat knows, I had a Jean-Claude Van Damme hard target poster. Bloodsport poster. Those were the posters I had on the wall. In my own drawings, I was a unique teenage girl, to say the least. Funny story. My stepdad used to call my mom George of the Jungle because the way she walked through the house, it made the house shake. And she would get so mad. She'd walk, and every time she'd walk through the house, he'd go boom, 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 boom. And it would make him so mad. It would make her so mad. Anywho, everyone had the hots for Brendan Fraser when I was a girl. He was very good looking. Anywho, do we really need to talk about Grace Randolph and her latest shenanigans? That woman has straight lost it. She said recently that, remember, she hated the Super Mario Brothers movie. She hated it. She thought, well, this movie's stupid. Well, of course, we have Super Mario Galaxy came out today officially, and she hated it, of course. She said Bowser and Bowser Jr. were just too evil. And that she felt like they're manosphere coded, that they were inspired by the manosphere. I guess that's, toxic masculinity or whatever. Manosphere. What even is that? What is that? I don't think she understands what she's saying when she says it. They're inspired by the manosphere. But her and every other sycophantic major trade out there is just parroting the same stupid thing about the Super Mario Galaxy movie. F damn. One of a science fictionary podcast shared one that was like, what even is this headline? And it said, fans will like Super Mario Galaxy, but little else. What does that even mean? Aren't the fans supposed to like it? Don't you want fans of the movie? Well, as projected, people are loving this movie. People are loving it. Absolutely loving it. They're saying it's fun, family friendly, lots of Easter eggs, just so much better than the first. I'm excited to see it. I loved the first one. I've seen it like 6 or 7 times. I cannot wait to see Super Mario Galaxy. Especially since Grace Randolph is like, this movie sucks. Let's go. Let's watch it. I'm going to watch it 10,000 times harder because you're dumb. You're so dumb. So, hey, good morning, Master of the TDS. What is up? Good morning, Samar. What is up? Yeah, villains. She doesn't remember what villains are. Bowser and Bowser Jr. They're just too evil. They're inspired by the manosphere. I don't even get that, dude. I don't get it. Master of the TDS. Grace Randolph has the worst takes of the industry. Change my mind. I can't, because you're right. You're absolutely right. My goal, I've tried so hard. I've tagged her and stuff and said, Grace, like, who's writing this? Like, where are you getting this shit? She still hasn't blocked me. I'm like the one person who's called her out and still hasn't gotten blocked by Grace Randolph. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Carl Peachy, the critics don't like it because it's not chopped full of BS like political nonsense and woke nonsense. It's just a fun movie from what I hear, and I can't wait to see it. See, I'm doing something wrong. I'm waiting for my moment. I feel like that's when I know I've arrived, is when Grace Randolph finally blocks me. Master Willie here, he will not say my name. Willie, show him what you call me. Show him what you call me while I pull up our next topic. I got blocked by her for calling her dumb. Listen, I know I shouldn't do the personal thing. I don't care for personal attacks, but as someone who has been a licensed cosmetologist for most of my adult life, I want to send her a hairbrush. Like, here, Grace, use this. It's important. And, you know, maybe someone should direct her to my channel, like one of the pro tips episodes. Like, show her one of the pro tips episodes so she can learn how to put on her eye makeup. It's a little slapdash. Master says, I think I called her out for hating Chris Pratt. Oh, I remember that. That's exactly what it was. I turned her own words against her, and that's what it did. Okay, so Willie must be busy, but Willie calls me Bizarro Grace Randolph. I keep saying he should call her Bizarro Dani, since I'm the nice one. And he says, no, I'm Bizarro Grace Randolph. That okay. See, that's what I really let her have it on, was the Tourette stuff. I took that very personal, being that I am disabled and I do have a neurological condition. And like, I had to have it out with my mama over, you know, I do have a neurological condition. She's like, well, you think they could give you something for that or teach you some coping skills? I'm like, yeah, they've cured it, just like Tourette's and epilepsy. Like, I get that. But, you know, I take a little personal offense, you know? And so I went off on her and still didn't get blocked. See, it's taken off, Willie. It's taken off. There it is. Cosmortal Comics, I've been blocked by her for over a year or two before I became Cosmortal Comics. All I said was show a screenshot of her and said, so. It's never happened. It's never happened. Well, well, well. All right, guys, we got to move on to our main topic. I have 2 more podcasts today to promote the comic book. I got to promote this comic book. Guys, it's down there on the ticker. It's down there on the ticker. Remember, 10 super chats. We need 10 super chats today. 10 super chats, and I will do a dramatic reading for you guys in character. I know you love those so much, but we are now officially done with all right, guys, we got to talk about some of this stuff because I feel like we need to talk. And I know some of my people are upset with me because I'm not exactly holding back about how I feel about this. I don't know what it is. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. Sorry about that. Oh, Passovers tonight. I'm so sorry, friend. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Can't stay Passovers tonight, but appreciate you. Everyone subscribe and like the video. Thank you so much, Master the TDS. This is
Dani,
for you.
what is best in life?
To crush the rumors, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the nerds.
Thank you so much, friend. I truly appreciate that. Good morning, Maria. Good morning. 9 more super chats to go, and we will do another dramatic reading from one of the comics. Appreciate you guys. Okay, guys. So I know a couple are upset because they expect me to be head over heels for this trailer for this Supergirl movie. And I am baffled. Maybe it's because of the generation I come from, where I come from. But I don't just like anything or everything because it's my team or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, yes, I do love DC Comics. Okay, I do love DC Comics. I do like Supergirl. All of that. But I don't just like something because it's what we have or because I'm expected to. I like something because I like it. I like something for reasons. I dislike something for specific reasons. Good morning, Bootleg Entertainment. What's up? How's it going? Just to let you know, we have a goal today. 10 super chats. We have 1. We need 9 more, and I will do a dramatic reading in character from one of my comic books. They go over really well. People like it. But I have very specific reasons why I am not liking what I'm seeing so far. And I have gotten comments from people that I'm very fond of who have insinuated or just flat out said, oh, you're hating for no reason. And that does kind of hurt my feelings. Good morning, the Iron Man. And it does hurt my feelings because that is not who I am at all. I have reasons, and I'm going to explain that. We will check out the trailer together. We will. But I want to explain a couple things before we do. And make sure everyone's hit the like button. I hope you're subscribed. And remember, 9 more super chats, and you get a dramatic reading in character from one of my comics. Okay. I have read Woman of Tomorrow. Okay. Also, I have done extensive research on Supergirl. Not just extensive research, but I've been a Supergirl fan since I was 4 years old. Huge, okay? I know a lot about Supergirl. There is a breakdown on the channel, and in fact, I'm going to be promoting it a little more this week since this is all coming out. But I have a full breakdown of her entire character, which I'm pretty proud of. I think it's pretty good. But it's from the very beginning of her character to most recently. Okay? I know quite a lot about the character. And for a very long time, they really didn't know what to do with her. She went through a lot of changes with her costume, where she was. For many years, she was out of the comics. Supergirl, as in Kara Zor-El. For many years, I would say, about 15 years, it was a shape-shifting alien known as Matrix. So that was going around known as Supergirl. But one thing was always consistent about Supergirl was her personality was very happy and hopeful. Very happy and hopeful. Despite everything she had been through, she was a very positive role model, a very positive person. She wanted to be a hero. In fact, that was the cornerstone of her character when she was first created. She couldn't wait to be a hero fast enough. And Superman was the one who was pumping the brakes. Like, she came out of that rocket and she's like, "Hi, I'm your cousin. Let's go be heroes." And Superman slaps a brown wig on her, says, "Your name's Linda. Here's an orphanage. You're too young." And that's how it went for years. Like, she was saving cats and solving like girl problems, fine. She was meant for a younger audience, but she wanted to do more. She wanted to be a bigger hero. And Superman was the one's like, "You're too young. You need to learn more things." But she always wanted to be a hero. That is very important. That is probably the most important thing about Kara Zor-El, about Supergirl. She wanted to be a hero. She was a beacon of hope like Superman. Now, she made mistakes. She did make mistakes. She was a klutz. But she was very much feminine and high energy, very high energy, and hopeful. Okay. Woman of Tomorrow, the book written by Tom King. And I swear I'm having a Mandela effect, where I swear that other people wrote this book with him. And now it's like, oh no, it was just Tom King. I am not a Tom King fan, but I like Woman of Tomorrow. I know it's a conundrum. Woman of Tomorrow is about Kara celebrating her 21st birthday. But she can't get sloppy drunk on Earth because it's a yellow sun, and they can't get sloppy drunk under a yellow sun. So she goes to a star system that has a red sun so she can get sloppy drunk. And it's not that she's feeling sorry for herself. It's that she doesn't really have a lot of friends. She's got her dog. But she is sad thinking about Krypton, that she does miss her home. And she does kind of carry that burden of witnessing her entire planet explode. Like, she saw her whole planet explode. Then she lived on Argo City as it floated away, luckily with an air bubble. She lived there for 2 years, and then Argo City died. Asteroids hit it. And she had to watch that happen too. That's a lot for anyone to deal with. And she carries that with her. She didn't not want to be a hero. She didn't want to, throw that away and hide. She wanted to go celebrate her 21st birthday. She did feel a little pressure being under, in the shadow of Superman being his cousin, but she did want to be more like him. She was very proud of him, and she did miss her parents, and she did miss Krypton. The book is told from the perspective of Ruthie, this young girl. She is telling the story. Her family was killed by Krem of the Yellow Hills, who just looks like a redheaded dude. He's just a redheaded guy who doesn't wear a shirt. And he killed her family for reasons. And she asks Supergirl, because Supergirl gets in a bar fight because she's in a bar and drunk. And she sees Supergirl like totally decimate these guys in the bar. And she's like, hey, I will give you this sword, my father's sword, if you go kill Krem of the Yellow Hills for me. And Supergirl's like, we don't kill. That's like our main rule. I'm not a bounty hunter. I'm just here to get drunk. And then Krem of the Yellow Hills shows up and injures Crypto. And Supergirl's like, all right, let's go track this dude down. Let's go handle it. And her ship takes off, so they basically have to take the bus. It's not about Supergirl learning to accept herself as a hero. It's about Ruthie learning how to deal with grief, and that revenge isn't always the best course of action through Supergirl, through her relationship with Supergirl. That's what the book is about. It's about Ruthie learning these things, not Supergirl. That's what the book's about. Okay? There you go. There's that information. Good morning, Podfather. Good morning, Rove, the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast. Let's check in with the chat before we check in with this trailer. Let's go up here. Cosmoral Comics. Supergirl looks like Guardians of the Galaxy fan made. I am inclined to agree. And we're going to talk about that. The Iron Man, I Have Woman of Tomorrow. I should read it. You should. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. Even though I'm not a big Tom King fan, I did enjoy it. Bootlegger Comics. Bootlegger Entertainment, sorry. I think they may have overcompensated for being accused of writing a Mary Sue character. Maybe. Good morning, Jupiter. It's crazy how fast the DCU fans have become a cult that pushes toxic positivity or death. Yes, that is a problem. It is okay to be critical. It's okay to have constructive criticisms. This is something that people are really struggling with. You can have constructive criticisms. That's good. That's a good thing. Constructive criticism is good. It helps growth. It helps people do better. Okay? You can't just say, yes, I'll take it. Thank you. No. That's not helpful to anyone. You can't say, well, it's all we got, so might as well just take it. No. Send that shit back. It's not working. They're spending millions of dollars on this. That's our economy. Loki. Ensign Loki. This kind of junk from Hollywood actually makes people even more sexist. Same how attacking fans over Black Snape will make people more racist. Precisely. It's the cherche la femme effect I was talking about. We're going to get to that. Carl PG, the only good run for DC media was the early animation shows like Batman the Animated Series. Oh, the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited was amazing. Yeah, pre New 52. We don't talk about them in this house. Everybody knows Supergirl. She has been in the cartoons, games, multiple. That's another thing that bothers me is somebody said an unknown female hero. I was like, the what now? What did you just say? She's like the second female superhero ever created. What the hell is wrong with you? Who said that? Who said that? People forget Supergirl made an appearance in Smallville as well. Laura Vandervoort. She had her own show in the CW. Melissa Benoist. That's her name. Melissa Benoist. It was better than the movie, even with the cringe dialogue. Yeah, and I only watched a couple episodes. It was not good. Kino, I hope Lobo says the line "white girl wasted" in the movie. Derpy, good morning, Derpy. How you doing? He says it's toxic non-fans. I really think it's the non-fans that are like, oh my God. We're going to get it because I don't think anyone who says that, oh yeah, this is exactly how Supergirl is, they've never read a Supergirl comic. I had someone go off on me yesterday and said, oh, just because it's not the character it's not like the character you grew up with. It's not the character at all. Why is that not important to you? And to be angry at fans for being disappointed that it's not the character is stupid. is really stupid. Fans get to be disappointed. We've had a Supergirl movie before. It was 1984, and it wasn't really Supergirl then either. I mean, honestly, she was more Supergirl than what I'm seeing here. I mean, her origin was, she came out of a lake. She was the microverse or whatever it was called, but micro, it was weird. There was a magic wand. But anyway, her personality was a lot more in line with Supergirl, but fans get to be disappointed. Fans get to be upset. Attacking fans online is not going to help anything. That's going to kill ticket sales. And if you kill ticket sales, you're not going to get another movie. It's not going to happen. You need ticket sales. You need people going to that movie, buying tickets. That's how you pay for things. That's economics. So if you run off the fans, the people that have been waiting like 40 plus years to see this on the big screen, you're not going to have people to make movies for. So that begs the question, if you are not making the movie for fans of Supergirl or fans of DC Comics, who are you making the movie for? You're clearly not adapting Woman of Tomorrow. You're clearly not adapting Supergirl. Who are you making the movie for? Okay. What else we got? Sorry, best we can do is a sick note. Hey, Willie, $3.49. Greetings from New Zealand. Please play the Conan clip. Absolutely. Absolutely,
Dani,
my friend.
what is best in life?
To crush the rumors, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the nerds.
That's one of my favorites too, friend. Thank you so much. 8 more super chats, and we'll do a dramatic reading from one of the comic books. Thank you so much, Willie. I appreciate you. That is so nice of you. I appreciate it. Where are we at? Loki needs to do his own podcast where he reads his own mean posts. Loki's mean tweets. All right, guys. let's check out this trailer and basically point out similarities, because I keep saying there are so many bots right now, so many bots. And the most common one is when I point out, wow, this is so much like Guardians of the Galaxy. They'll say, oh, so all superheroes in space are Guardians of the Galaxy. Did I say that? No, there are so many other differences. So many other differences. So let's watch the trailer, and then we're going to talk about Millie Alcock's comments and her bracing for impact, and then basically everything else. And remember, we got to keep the volume low. This is just our review and commentary. So there's going to be a lot of pausing, a lot of rewinding, all of that stuff. So right away, we're hearing Superman saying, when you coming home? You keep running away.
Worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off world all the time, Kara.
Also, there have been, from what I've heard, 8 test screenings for this film. There have been 8 different test screenings, and there were a lot of questions about where's Superman? Shouldn't he be here? So they put him in the film, and they added more Superman in the film. Superman was not in Woman of Tomorrow, the book that they're supposedly adapting. So
you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people.
Also, not in Woman of Tomorrow, and not something that Supergirl has ever felt in the comics. Supergirl adopted Earth as her home. In fact, Chicago is her home. Chicago's her home. Hey, Padme Soul Sister, thank you for the 99-cent super chat. I appreciate you. We now need seven more super chats. 7 more super chats to do the dramatic reading from one of my comic books. I appreciate you. Here's your moment of Zen.
Because that's what heroes do.
So, Supergirl most definitely sees Superman, Lois, and Earth as her people. So, that really makes me sad. It's her father, Zor-El. That's her leaving Argo City, watching it destroyed.
For you, or buddy.
Mm-hmm. Right. Headphones, the jamming in the spaceship, the classic 70s rock. That is Guardians. That is what reminds me of Guardians. The very lived in advanced technology, but Earth music, headphones. That's some Star-Lord stuff to me. And I know I'm not alone in that. All right. To me, that's Guardians. And it's not just that it's 70s. It's the the soul music.
Crypto and I at least had each other.
Mm-hmm. None of this was in Woman of Tomorrow. And the partying and stuff, that feels very Star-Lord to me. They have taken the book and kind of flipped it on its head. It was like, okay, but what if the book is from Supergirl's perspective, and instead of Ruthie learning about grief and loss through how Supergirl dealt with it, and how she was still this, hero throughout all of it, How we turn that around?
Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But
And tell me,
look,
listen to the music. The that it sounds like this.
but look, almost by
Tell me that he doesn't look similar to how Taserface looked. By the way, Brian Sipe, who's coming on the show April 23rd, he designed Taserface. I'm just gonna watch this. I'm gonna just straight up ask him. Okay. Why does the new villain in Supergirl remind me of Taserface? And if the designer of this tells me I'm crazy, okay. But come on. All right.
definition.
It's Crypto's cute. So there he goes.
What can I do?
The Brickens carried.
Here's the thing. It wasn't just Crypto that got hurt. Supergirl got mortally wounded too because she was under a red sun. They both got mortally wounded. She almost died.
The antidote on that person. He has 3 days.
You cannot.
And he didn't take her ship. Ruthie messed it up and the ship took off without him.
It's a crime of the Yellow Hills. Who murdered my innocent family.
Outside on a hill, and he just had red hair. Like, what does Hollywood have against redheads? I don't understand that.
And don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
Now, this is going to end up being the star of the show. Loki is going to, or Lobo is going to steal the show.
You're hurting my head.
Lobo is not in Woman of Tomorrow at all.
My head.
She doesn't fly or do anything like that until they get closer to Earth when they enter a yellow sun solar system in Woman of Tomorrow, the book. Until like she takes a red kryptonite pill and she goes like full like fire phoenix. So I don't know what this is.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
Lobo's going to steal the show. He's going to steal the whole thing. And people are going to be like, why didn't they make a Lobo movie? I would watch a Jason Momoa led Lobo movie. I'd throw money at that hard.
Your eyes are beautiful when you cry.
It just, why change Krem? I'm going to show you what Krem looks like.
Lot of suffering.
Because he doesn't look like that.
There's no home without you, buddy.
Those are even Star-Lord's headphones right there. Those are the exact same ones. And before anyone who didn't grow up in the 80s and 90s says anything, there are multiple different colors of those foam covers. Multiple. They're not all just orange.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Bunny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
Mhm. I won't rest until he says frag and poozer. All right, I'm going to show you. I can type. That's creme of the Yellow Hills right here. I don't understand the purpose of changing him. That was the new trailer. That was the new trailer. But this is creme of the Yellow Hills. I don't understand why they changed him, what the purpose of it was. The story was good. Why did they change the whole story? Why did they change Creme? I don't understand. Why did they change Supergirl altogether? And we've already gone to straight attacking fans. Preemptively. We're preemptively attacking fans. And I just don't understand why we think that is the correct course of action when we're the entire reason that any of this exists in the first place. If you go to a restaurant, you order a steak, medium rare, and they give you a fillet of fish, and you're like, this isn't what I ordered. They're like, well, we think you'll like this better. We want you to have this. And you're like, but that's not what I paid for. That's not what I asked for. Well, how dare you? What do you have against fish? Nothing. It's just not what I wanted. I mean, I'm sure fish is fine. I'm just a really big fan of steak. I really like steak, medium rare. Shoot the cow and give it to me. I just really like that. If you keep going to that restaurant, if you go again and they do it again, every time you order something, they give you something else and then throw things at you and yell at you every time you send it back and say, no, thank you. I this is not what I ordered. Are you going to go back and give them your money again? No. So why are people attacking fans for the same concept? And this is something we've waited even longer for. We ordered this meal like 50 years ago. It doesn't make sense to me. What makes these people so much better than us? What makes you superior to fans that have waited decades? Why do you think we are sexist, racist, bigoted? Because let me tell you something. I'm ethnically ambiguous. I'm a woman and I'm disabled. Are you telling me that I have internalized hatred or something? I just want the thing that I ordered. I just want my food, man. I just want my food. Good morning, Alejandro. We got creme of the Cinnabites. Pretty much. Pretty much. Jupiter, I hate the cult. It looks like Guardians of the Galaxy because it's a superhero movie in space argument. Why didn't F4 First Steps 2001 or 2011 Green Lantern, Man of Steel, Krypton scenes, Eternals, space scenes, and more look like Guardians of the Galaxy? Amazing point. Precisely. Which looks better, Supergirl or Mando? Well, probably Mando, because Mando looks like Mando. Mando acts like Mando. Supergirl isn't acting like Supergirl. And I'm so tired of being gaslit by these studios telling us we're adapting this book. It's the closest adaptation we've ever done. And then we see it, we're like, no, where? Where? I mean, I was excited. I was looking forward to it. And then Gunn starts saying things, and I'm like, please stop talking. And then we see the trailers. I'm like, oh my God. This is not an adaptation. This is you seeing a couple ideas from the book and saying, okay, I'll use a couple of those. This is an inspired thing. This is what you're doing. It's a Woman of Tomorrow inspired movie. Not an adaptation. It's inspired. It's Gunn is the purpose. And anytime someone's like, Gunn didn't direct it. I know, but he produced it. Do you understand that? He's the head of the studio. He's the creative director. He's basically the showrunner for the DCU. He's the producer for this film. He definitely has his hand in this cookie jar. Don't be daft. Guys, we're still seven super chats away from your dramatic reading. 7 super chats away. Anthony, did I say good morning to you? Good morning, Anthony. Welcome. I hope you like and subscribe. To me, sometimes people don't understand the difference between adaptation and direct one-to-one copy. Not everything on comic book page can work in live action. I'm going to disagree with you somewhat on that because it can be done. And I don't think we should continue to make excuses for these kinds of situations. I've been there. And I think it comes from a place of, God, I just want this so bad. I want this so bad. And then it just keeps happening and happening and happening. They have changed virtually everything of this book, from Creme to adding Lobo to, I mean, they flat out said they've added planets and stuff, which, okay, I'll give them the adding planets because they do gloss over a lot of the trip, but they have changed Supergirl herself. They've changed the story. They've changed her personality, why she's there, how she feels, her relationship with Superman. They've changed the whole thing. That's not an adaptation. That's an inspiration. That's heartbreaking. That's absolutely heartbreaking. Why would you do that? That's kind of a spit in the face to the creators of Supergirl. They do have Tom King involved, but dude, ask any actual comic book fan how they really feel about Tom King. What Tom King has done to Wonder Woman. I am a lady, sir. I cannot tell you how I really feel about what Tom King has done to Wonder Woman. I have Wonder Woman all over my body, tattooed all over my body. I am a foremost expert on Wonder Woman. I have loved Wonder Woman my whole life with my whole heart. And what he has done to Wonder Woman is a travesty. It is blasphemy Tom King is a tourist playing in a sandbox. He has no idea what he's doing. But every blind squirrel gets a nut. And Woman of Tomorrow wasn't a bad story. I enjoyed it. But what they've done with this movie script with Supergirl's personality, it's not good. I'm so tired. The whole point of superheroes is uplifting, especially DC superheroes. The purpose of Marvel heroes is relatability and ambiguity. What would happen to average Joe if he got bit by a radioactive spider? But DC superheroes is aspirational characters. Characters you can look up to and aspire to be more like. That is the purpose of DC characters. Aspirational. Gods, basically. Morality tales. And what they have done with Supergirl's character, from what we can see in this trailer, is a bastardization of what she was initially intended to be. If you do not believe me, do some research on her character. If you don't want to check out my breakdown on her, that's fine. I'm sure you would consider that biased. I understand. Check out someone else's on her actual character. Do some research. The entire reason that Supergirl exists, that DC Comics heroes exists, is to uplift. Despite everything she had been through, she was still a force of hope and love, high energy, femininity. It was very important. Let's see. Anthony, I read some Supergirl comics and I honestly thought her origins came from a dark place. She was always a jaded character because of the destruction of Krypton. Which comics were you reading? First of all, which comics were you reading? And yes, she came from a dark place, but she was still an uplifting character. She adopted Earth as her home, and she decided she was going to be its protector, its hero. She was going to be like her cousin Superman. She was going to protect it. She was going to love it because it was her home now. In the New 52, they made her jaded and broken. I hate the New 52. That was just awful. They trashed so many characters. They had like 2 good Batman stories, and that's like it. Maria, there is nothing uplifting about this movie. I don't understand. Exactly. There's nothing uplifting about this movie. She's not uplifting. Why are they so against making uplifting superhero films? Like, they made Superman hopeful, but it's like they didn't want to put the effort into it. The film just kind of felt, like it was okay. You know, I didn't hate it. I didn't like really dislike it. It was okay. But I felt the big standouts were Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific in the Superman film. But Superman was still an uplifting character. That's who Supergirl is as well. I mean, she makes mistakes. Again, she's a bit of a klutz. She makes mistakes. She gets ahead of herself, but she's still hopeful and ready to help. But they seem to be just dead set on constantly making these nihilistic, I don't want to be the hero. Something bad's gonna happen, and I gotta save the cat in order to really want to do it. That's not what. Read the story. If that's what you want to do, if you want to create a character like that, fine. Go create a new original character and do that. But you can't do that with a legacy character that has existed for almost 100 years. Okay, so Supergirl's been around since the 50s, but you get what I'm saying. These characters have existed for decades. They are legendary characters, legacy characters. You can't insert your own ideas and agendas into this character that already has its own. You can't do that. It already exists in the hearts and minds of billions of fans. You're going to turn them all off, and they are not going to want to come see your other movies afterwards. It's just, you're going to run them all off. So here we are at this point, and the movie is coming out in a couple of months, and already it seems Millie Alcock has her talking points. Millie Alcock on inevitable Supergirl backlash. I can't really stop them. So I have seen people make comments about, her being ugly, or looking old. And again, I don't really care for personal attacks and stuff. I think that's low-hanging fruit. I do understand about universal fantasy and all that stuff. But going after someone's looks, all right, that's not cool. That's not nice. It's not cool to be picked on. I get that. But again, as I've said online, it's not the majority. It's not the majority. I personally don't see anything wrong with her looks either, Carl. And I absolutely love her in House of the Dragon. I agree. Those are shitty people. People who go after things like that because they have really nothing else to say. They got nothing else. So they're going to go after something cheap and low hanging. Those are unintelligent, stupid people, in my experience. But it's not the majority, and it's not the norm. So I do find it a little odd that a couple of months before the film comes out, we have a full headline. That's the headline. I'm worried, and I'm going to put this on Hollywood Reporter and Variety, that they have made this the headline. You could have made an article about something else, but they're just as much to blame about her unease about her looks and people talking about her looks as the people who are actually talking about her looks by making an entire article and a headline about it. Am I right? I mean, why are you focusing on it as much as they are? Example, when I opened my salon, I did an interview with a local paper, and the headline they used was "Kicking Life's Challenges with One Leg." I thought my husband was going to kick down their freaking door. Like, what is wrong with you? Why would you say something like that? They don't care about how it affects that person personally. They just want the clicks. And all it does is put that idea out there and make it worse. It just makes it worse. Gets people talking about it more and more and more. So she says that it definitely made me aware that simply existing as a woman in that space is something that people comment on. Alcock recently told Vanity Fair of what she learned from working on Game of Thrones prequel series, We have become very comfortable having this weird ownership of women's bodies. I can't really stop them. I can only be myself. Oh my gosh. It just makes me incredibly anxious, she added at the time. Me seeing my face constantly is straining. No one should have to do that. It fucking sucks, man. I don't know how the socialites of the world can do that. It's kind of driving me off the wall. It's an incredibly difficult space to navigate. Elsewhere in her interview in Vanity Fair, Alcock was asked about the legendary directors Martin Scorsese and Ridley Scott's criticism of the superhero genre. Scorsese previously said that those types of films, not cinema, and compared to those theme parks and blah, blah, blah. She said, I get it. She responded, they've been around forever making phenomenal films. Not every film is for everyone, blah, blah, blah. She talked about so much more than her looks. And Vanity Fair, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline has made an entire headline about it, perpetuating this narrative. It is not the norm. It's not everyone. And when you are in a profession where you are on camera, that is unfortunately one of the side effects. Like, your job is to be looked at on camera. Your job is to be looked at on a screen, on a photograph, on a movie screen, a TV screen, a computer screen. That's your job. You're going to be looked at. And some people are going to like it and some people are not going to like it. I've been told many times people don't like my forehead. People don't like my weight. People don't like my age. Do I make headlines about it? No. Do I stop streaming? No, because it's not the norm. It's not even the majority. It's a small amount of people that are angry at themselves or jealous or just not very bright. Okay. It's not worthy of an entire article. Do I think that sometimes women content creators may get a tougher shake because of it? Probably, yeah. But it's not something I'm going to sit and focus on. As an actress, your job is to be looked at. Otherwise, you would be like an audio only podcaster. You get what I'm saying? So to say something like, you know, it's weird that we've got this weird ownership of our bodies. Well, in a sense, you have signed ownership of your likeness to these studios for this film. And when you do that, you are aware it's going to be picked apart. People are going to be assholes no matter what you do. No matter what you do, who you are, where you are. People are fucking assholes everywhere to everyone. Trust me on this. Everyone gets picked on. Everyone gets made fun of every day, all over the planet. The difference with her and other actresses is she's way more visible. And it's because she chose to be an actress. And that's just a fact. She chose to be an actress. No one said, we're forcing you into slave labor. You have no choice. You have to be on film. No one forced her to be Supergirl. That is her choice. So I think she's a pretty girl. I think she's a great actress. And I feel like all of this headline and everything right here is completely manufactured. Nothing here says anything about Supergirl in this article. This preparing for Supergirl backlash is entirely manufactured. There's nothing about it in this article. There's nothing about it in this article. Never said that. I'm going to read his comment out loud. This is Anthony. This is why I disagree with you. Just because these people choose to be performers doesn't give the right for some fans to give death threats to people or make inappropriate comments about them. Never said that. Never did. I never said it was right. And I never said anything about death threats. Dude, I get death threats. I've gotten death threats. I got death threats for not liking Starfleet Academy and the Acolyte. And for not for liking Grace Randolph. Okay? I never said that was okay. So there's that. What I am saying is the people that do that are assholes and stupid. That's what I'm saying. And we should not encourage stupid assholes whatsoever. Period. And by creating headlines like this, especially when there's nothing in this article about she's preparing for the backlash from Supergirl. There's nothing. She said nothing about Supergirl in this article. Hollywood Reporter, Vanity Fair, and Deadline manufactured this. They're creating this. I guarantee you there would be less of that if media outlets like these people would stop creating situations like this. They like this kind of stuff because it gets them clicks. It gets them impressions. They use people like Millie Alcock for their own personal gain, to make money, to get impressions. Trust me. They like the drama. And they want stuff like that because it keeps the movie relevant on places like Twitter. And with that impressions going and people talking about it, they think that that is going to translate into box office numbers. But no one should ever receive death threats for someone not liking the way they look. You would not want to hear the things I have been called in my life for being an amputee. You would not be able to sleep at night if you had to be called and deal with the kinds of verbal, emotional, and physical abuse I had to deal with for being an amputee. I get it. And as someone who has had to deal with it and experience it, I'm telling you, the best way to deal with it is not give them attention, because that's what they want. And these mainstream media people, they're doing it to get more attention, to get the clicks. Anthony, comics and everything. You can just call me Comics and. Or Dani. You can call me Dani. I have a question about the trailer. Specifically, is there a tendency for France to overreact? Sometimes they do when these trailers it's out of context because we don't necessarily know where the scenes in the trailer are in the movie. I really don't know. I really can't say. The French react about everything because they're French. They're so very French. So we shall see. We shall see. Oh, the fans. Yeah, the fans are going to have a definite reaction because as a fan of DC Comics and Supergirl, that's not Supergirl. Supergirl isn't depressed and hateful and not wanting to be hiding. Supergirl doesn't hide from being a hero. So I can see a lot of fans of Supergirl being upset by this trailer. I'm upset by it. I'm disappointed. How about that? I'm disappointed. I'm let down. I'm let down. And I feel like these comments that have been circling the internet are preemptive. It's us, not them. It's all us, not them. They will never accept any kind of accountability. Period. Period. Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS. It's definitely true that fans may overreact, but the trailer is made to bring the fans in. If that fails at that, then it's a bad trailer. Exactly. I'm really tired of the statement, it's just a trailer. Go watch the movie. Well, if the trailer doesn't make me want to watch the movie, it's not done its job. Anthony, the comics that I read that have patrols of her like that, I'm not sure if that's a correct reading of it. I read Supergirl, Man of Steel, and Supergirl Reign. Okay, so those are New 52. Those are New 52. You should definitely check out my breakdown on Supergirl. It's going to cover everything. It's going to cover the gambit. I hope that helps. But that's around, the ones you read are around the time she becomes a Red Lantern. And the New 52 continuity is the least popular continuity of DC Comics fans. That I can say with absolute confidence. All right, guys. I have to wrap this up because I got to be on the Latino slant in about 45 minutes. We didn't get our 10 super chats today, so we're not getting a dramatic reading, but that's okay. There's always Friday. Remember, tomorrow on Plot Holes and Payoffs, we have our special guest, Bo DeMaio, joining us, the creator, writer, director of X-Men 97, writer and producer of The Witcher seasons 1 and 2, writer of Star Trek Strange New Worlds seasons, is it 1 and 2? Basically everything goes to shit after he leaves. But make sure you're here tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10:30 Central. Don't miss that. And there is a redirect at the end of this live stream for the Latino Slant. You'll see me there in 45 minutes. And remember, find me over at the Burn Network. It's youtube.com/Burn Network. I'm going to put that up one more time for you guys. I'll be there at 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern tonight. We're going to be talking about MegaCon and my comic book, of course, Veiled Legacy, Book 1, Midwest Gothic. Make sure you check that out, okay? You've got the ticker down there that shows you the first campaign that you can contribute to. If you haven't contributed yet, you need to ask yourself why you haven't, because it's an amazing comic. It is edited by Caro Brown, written and created by me, adapted from a book I wrote 20-something years ago, and art by the legendary Evan Scale. Seriously, the art is absolutely out of this world. So go check out those campaigns down there. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. If you want to help support the channel, become a member. We've got lots of perks for you. I'm currently working on a breakdown for Captain Atom for the channel. If you're a member, you are going to get to see that up to a week before anyone else gets to. And I will, of course, have Kino set up some clips for you and some exclusive outtakes and behind the scenes for you guys, for my members exclusively. So check that out. Also, tomorrow is our members only watch party over on Discord. So join as a member and you can join our members only Discord and hang out, have a good time. We're watching Monarch Legacy of Monsters right now, but we open it up to whatever you guys want to watch. If there's something on a streaming service that you don't have, I probably have it or have access to it and we can watch it. So join as a member. We've got so many different tiers and so many perks. Check it out. Don't forget, get your own comics and official mug. That's down in the description below. You can get that over at the official comics and merch store at comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. We got all kinds of stuff over there, including my Arrakis runs on Duncan merch. Dude, people are buying up the hoodies. I didn't think that was ever going to happen, but they're buying the hoodies. You can help support the comic, not just by contributing to the campaigns, but by joining the Patreon at patreon.com/comics. And there are 4 different tiers starting as little as $3 a month. Get your name in the end credits of every single one of my videos. You get exclusive Veiled Legacy merch every 3 months for the first year of your membership, just for being a member. And you cannot get this merch anywhere else. You can't buy it anywhere. You can't find it anywhere. You can only get Veiled Legacy merch by joining as a member of the Patreon at patreon.com/comics. And again, every 3 months for the first year of your membership, official Veiled Legacy merch. You get all the behind the scenes of what it takes to actually build this comic book. And every Friday for my mid-tier and up, I do a vlog and let you know what I'm working on. I didn't get to do it for the last 2 weeks because I was out of state, MegaCon, jet lagged, super tired. I tried. I'm sorry. I fell asleep. It didn't work out. But I will be doing it this week. So I got a lot of fun stuff to show you guys. And this is the only place where you will be able to see all the actual like line work, sketches, all that stuff over at patreon.com/comics. And that's right. What else we got here? You can also help support the channel by scanning that QR code you see right there. It takes you to buymeacoffee.com/comics and MUA, and you can chip in as little or as much as you want. You can also cash at me. That's allowed. That's allowed. I also take, credits. If you want to send me Imperial or Republic credits, I'll convert them. It's fine. I'll travel to a galaxy far, far away. I'm good with it. I also have some affiliate stuff down below if you want to check that out. This podcast is powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So if you like this podcast, chances are you're going to love more what the Red 5 Network has to offer you. So go check out red5.bio.link today to discover more of your Red 5 family of podcasts. Everything I have just told you about can be discovered on my website, comics-and.com. You've got some of my written reviews that can be found on Critic Lists. There's also a portfolio of my special effects looks that I've done over the years. There's also some information about the comic book Belgian Project, the channel, and a little bit about myself. So go check out comics-and.com for more information about, well, basically everything. Basically everything. What you got for me, guys? What you got? That's right. Hashtag Red 5 Family. I do. I used to have the book, The Rules of Acquisition. Yeah, all money. Except all money. Money is money. Especially gold press latinum. Dani, I hope my previous comments are not me defending James or messing up the trailer. No, you're fine, man. You're fine. All opinions matter. All opinions are valid, except stupid ones. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You guys have a rockin' day. I will see you tomorrow morning. I'll see you in about 45 or 40 minutes over on Latino Slant, then at 8 p.m. Central Time over on the Burnett Network, and then tomorrow morning right here at 10:30 a.m. Central Time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time with Carol Brown and Bo DeMaio. Until then, you guys stay awesome, support indie comics, especially mine, and keep your eyes peeled. All right?
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!